We'll start today's topic, that is industrial safety. So, we consider safety as prime importance thing. So, in a normal course of action or in day to day life, safety as a part of life, when we come across some small accidents, we know how important is safety. And in a industrial environment situation, it's becomes more prominent. Why? Because a lot of activities will be going on, and you need to be very alert, cautious, attentive regarding the potential hazards, unsafe conditions, and unsafe acts. As we control some employees or workers, and it becomes our prime responsibility to see their safety also. And while discussing about industrial safety, we come across one point wherein if any unusual activity or very heavy lifting like activities are going on, the supervision, providing supervision during that activity also becomes a part of safety. That will be come across now. So when you open a dictionary and see, and let me introduce myself. Though anybody is not known to me, I am Parameshwarachari. I am senior lecturer, work study in STC. I came here in 2010. Previously, I was SSC in Lalaguda workshops. This is about my introduction. I did my AMI and MIE, and I have a diploma also in diploma in industrial safety. This is my brief introduction. So when you open a dictionary and see what is the meaning of the safety, you find in dictionary like this: it is a state of being safe. If putting in other words, it can be called as when we are free from injury or when we are free from accident, then we call it is a safe situation. So while defining safety, we have taken the help of the word here accident. So then there is a necessity to define the term accident also. So what is industrial accident? You see now. An industrial accident may be defined as an event. Detrimental means deteriorating nature. Event detrimental to the health of a man. That means when an accident takes place, a person's health deteriorates, and it suddenly occurring from external sources. Accident will never give you notice time. Everything will happen in sudden due to some reasons behind it, but it happens suddenly, and some external agency is involved in it. If everything is as usual, accident is not supposed to take place. So some extra involvement is required, or our negligence is required during the course of paid duty. If an accident takes place while we are discharging our duties, then it is called industrial accident. This industrial accident is accompanied by injury. Sometimes that may leave one injury. Due to that injury, a person may become to certain extent disabled, or the accident is fatal, that may result in even death also. So this is the definition of the industrial accident. I think all are clear from this definition. And putting it in a simple words, it is an unexpected, uninvited occurrence due to the result of unsafe practices and unsafe conditions. So, why at all safety is needed? We see now what is the need for safety, what is the necessity for the safety. So, we are involved in our target production. So, our targeted works should continue without any hindrance or any bottleneck. There should be any obstacle for it. So, if there is safety, we are we will be able to achieve our targeted production. When everything is going in a normal manner, so the cost of the product will be optimum, because we have to compete in the market. So when the increase the production cost, then you find it very difficult to market it. But in railway, we will not have such competition, but in general. And to avoid the damage to our equipment, whatever machinery equipment we are using, if an accident takes place, our equipment will get damaged and further our production will get halted. And to make it ready again, it will take lot of time. And if any accident takes place, our employee has to suffer that needless pain. We have to prevent that suffering. So for that reason, we have to incorporate safety. And sometimes we may have a worker who is trained and well versed and having lot of experience. If such a person come across a fatal accident, then we lose such a experienced person, and that is loss to our organization and his to personal life also, his dependents. So that to avoid premature death of a worker, we need safety. So from employer point of view, this targeted production, optimum cost, this comes from the top. So from workman, it is the importance for his safety, like this. It comes from the bottom. Both are required, but the priority changes. So every industry or workshop or an organization is supposed to have a policy, safety policy. In that, some common items need to be mentioned, means what you are going to do regarding safety. Like our ISO policy, quality policy, we have safety policy also. In the statement, we have to say what we are going to do to the safety of our organization. So first we have to say that, declare that we are going to provide a safe and healthful place of employment for every employee. You have to give assurance, and you have to also say that we are going to abide by accident prevention regulations set forth by the federal means central, state and local government and statutory bodies also, like pollution control board, like that. Third point is, we are going to provide rules and regulations for the safety of employees and to warn them under certain conditions as to the hazards of their position or employment. This includes supervision. Just now in the beginning I mentioned, na? So that point has come here. So providing supervision also one of the safety measures. And to furnish reasonably safe machinery or instruments, included is the duty to inspect and repair the same. Reasonably safe machinery means, I will give a small example. We use drill machines. So those drill machines are 230 volts. If anything goes wrong with the machine, then a person is likely to get the shock. So when in the initial days, by the risk of the shock, people used to adopt DC machines which were running at 110 volts or 24 volts like that. But in our this 230 volt AC machines, recent machines we have got double insulated, means the body of the machine is totally insulated. So metal part you will not find outside. When such machines have developed, you need not have earth point also. So 3-pin plug is not required, 2-pin plug is sufficient. So like that we are going to furnish a reasonably safe machinery or instruments. So once you supplied means that does not end your responsibility. So in intervals required 6 months or 3 months, regularly it is to be inspected and put in working condition or good condition. And while allotting the duties, we have to exercise ordinary care to select careful and competent fellow workers. So while allotting the work, you have to see his competency. A crane driver is there, a truck driver is there, suppose a shunting person is there, means he is well versed with the rules or not, like that. So as we discussed in the definition, accidents will take place because of the unsafe conditions and acts. And the primary thing, attitude, person's attitude. Some people say whatever you do, whatever is happen to happen, it will happen, you cannot stop anything, like that. Some people say, but that is not a correct attitude regarding the safety, industrial safety. First you have to think in mind that accidents will not happen, they are caused. And the right attitude, this. The other way attitude, accidents will happen, whatever precaution you take, they will happen. So that is wrong attitude. Correct attitude is, accidents will not happen, they are caused due to what? Unsafe conditions and unsafe acts. So what are these unsafe conditions? Further we have to see. And potential hazards, these are also called unsafe conditions, but very severe nature. So in unsafe conditions, we see technical causes for unsafe conditions, that is, it includes mechanical and environment factors. And in unsafe acts, human is the only element. So human causes are unsafe acts, personal factors are involved. In unsafe conditions, mechanical factors and environmental factors are involved. Example, mechanical unsafe conditions, unsafe mechanical design or construction. It is a small example. So whatever you are designing that should be mechanically strong. It should not collapse when it is used. And hazardous arrangement. So temporary arrangement, we do some piling. So we will not stack the material properly. We put one over the other, and we take to one material required, then other will fall down. Overloading, piling, keeping one over the other, not stacking in a proper manner. This is also example for the unsafe conditions. So to list a few, I have given here what are the mechanical unsafe conditions. Improper machine guarding means a rotating part of a machine is not having any guard. Suppose grinding machine is not having a guard. When the wheel breaks, then that part will hit you. So belt driven, we belt driven lathe machines. So whatever driving is there, that portion should be guarded properly. Unsafe apparel, a person wears loose clothes, then goes near the improper guarded machine, the accident likely to take place. Defective agencies or devices. Defective agency means a slipping spanner may be taken as example for a defective agency, or a hammer with loose handle, like that. Improper material handling. So the most of the our activities involved with material handling. So depending upon the size, shape of the material, we should handle it very carefully, and special care to be taken while handling lengthy pipes, plates, or liquid means oil drums, grease drums, like that. So the required arrangement should be made for handling of the materials. And safety, broken safety guards available, but they are not having enough strength, so that is more dangerous, means this is deceiving one. If there is no safety guard, you think there is no safety guard, that's why you will work very take more cautious steps. But it is broken, it is available broken, that is more dangerous. So periodically you have to change such things. Protruding objects. Protruding object in the sense, suppose you are carrying some material in the truck. So the truck body length is some 20 feet, you suppose 15 feet. Truck body length is 15 feet. But you are carrying 20 feet pipes in that. So some 5 feet portion is protruding, means going outside of the body. So when it take a turn, that will hit the person nearby. So that is very dangerous things. You might have observed, when it is necessary, the people used to keep a red flag at the end of the object. So protruding objects are very dangerous. And leaking valves, any valve leaking is will cause a loss. But acid valve leaking means acid will burn you, so that's why leaking acid valves. Untested boilers or pressure vessels. So when this untested boiler that may explode. So some of the unsafe conditions with environmental factors. We will encounter sometimes in winters too low temperature to cause shivering. So we will find it difficult to drive a vehicle also. So proper care we have to take in the working area also. Too high temperature to cause headache and sweating. When the temperature is very high in summer, you will find lot of sweating, and due to that you will find headache and you cannot concentrate on the job. So it is necessary to keep the temperature within limits. Too high humidity to cause discomfort. Humidity level also to be required levels. And sometimes you will not have the illumination, proper illumination. You have glare, you have shadows, then it will also lead to accidents, that is defective and inadequate illumination. And sometimes you will find the situation wherein you find dust and fumes, so the visibility is impaired. Due to that, you may come across the accident, and fumes are there, then you will find the burning sensation in the eyes. High speed of work due to huge workload. So when the workload is heavy, then you work in a speed, that time also accident will be caused. Such conditions will come under with environment factors. And more number of working hours means a person will get tired, fatigue. Due to fatigue, a person will get tired, and that time also a person likely to meet with the accidents. Inadequate rest pauses, noise, bad order, poor housekeeping, this all comes under the environmental factors. And the other thing what we have discussed is unsafe act. So the act can be done by a person only. If a person is careful, this act can be in a safe way. But so due to some factors, the act is also get influenced. So a person, age of the employee, if you give a slow and steady work to a young boy, he will not do like that. He will do it high speed only. If high speed work is to be done by a old man, he cannot cope up with the speed. So like that, the factor which influence the act is age. Age also influence the speed of acting. So age of employee is one factor. Health condition. So health of the employee is one factor. His personal things, he has to feed so many people, so he has to, he will have the lot of mental load. So number of dependent, more dependents, financial position, home atmosphere or home environment, lack of knowledge and skill. So the particular work is not having a knowledge, then he is not supposed to be allotted with that type of job. Lack of knowledge and skill, improper attitude towards work. This attitude also, a person must like and willingly work. If he is forcibly allotted some job, then he will work in a different manner, which leads to accidents. Incorrect machine habits means the procedure laid down for each is to be followed correctly. Shortcut methods will lead to accidents. And some people show some carelessness towards their job. So carelessness and recklessness. And some people think being a routine job, their thinking will be different. Somewhere they will be thinking daydreaming and inattentiveness. Fatigue. For fatigue, there may be different reasons. Emotional instability. Some persons will not emotionally strong. High level of anxiety. Suppose some inspection is there or some target is not reached, so high pressure is there from the top side, then people will have high anxiety level, mental worries, unnecessary exposure to risk. Some people take shortcuts to go early, or by coming late to the work they want to cover the work. Such type of things will make them exposure to risk. And even the in spite of the supply of the PPEs, some people will not use the safety devices whatever they are supposed to use. and they will try to work at unsafe speeds to complete the work very early, and tools, improper use of tools. These are the factors. So we see some potential hazards. So hazard, what is hazard? Hazard is any agent that can cause harm or damage to humans, property, or the environment. Risk is exposure to hazard. So Tufan, suppose cyclone is coming, they are declared, so we go away from it, we cannot face it. That is the thing. Hazard means our preparedness is required. Examples of potential hazards: high pressure vessel is there, so its gauge is not functioning, so it is not showing the correct pressure. So what will happen? Then that may explode. And as you come across, might have come across the limit switches. The EOT cranes will be having the limit switches for restricting the movement of the hoist, uh, cross traverse, and long traverse. So when the crane reaches the extreme point, further it will not go, but it can come in the reverse direction, but further it will not go. So if further it goes, what will happen? It will go beyond the shed. Hoist also, you are lifting something, after lifting to a certain extent, it should get stopped. Otherwise, that material will get wound in the drum. So to restrict the movement, we will provide limit switches. If such switches are not in working order, వస్తుందా నువ్వు చూస్తున్నావు అక్కడ, so that will become a potential hazard. Voice clear ఉంది? And this is repeated, I think. The not balancing the load lifting heavy items, so dynamic situations not considered. So before lifting anything, there you see about the balancing. In recent times I have seen a video, the electric staff are tell me. పీపీటీ కనబడతలేదా చూడు, ఫుల్ విజిబుల్ ఫర్ సమ్ పీపుల్. సో ఫుల్ లేదు, ఫుల్ లేదు, కొంచెం సైడ్లో కొద్దిగా గ్యాప్ ఉంది సైడ్లో, అంతే కదా. వెర్టికల్లీ ఫుల్ ఉంది, హారిజంటల్లో కొంచెం గ్యాప్ ఉంది ఇటు అటు, అంతేనా? ఇంకా వేరే ప్రాబ్లమా? కొందరు కనబడితే కొందరు కనబడతలేదంటే అది మీ స్పెసిఫిక్ ప్రాబ్లం. ఇక అది కనబడకుంటే ఎవరికి కనబడదు కదా. ఓకే, లెట్ మీ కంటిన్యూ. This potential hazards is not balancing the load before lifting heavy items, dynamic situations not considered. For this I want to quote an example, and we are వీడియో లోడ్ చేయలేము కదా ఇంట్లో, చేయొచ్చా? అరే ఎట్లాంటి ముందే చేస్తుంటే. సో రీసెంట్లీ వన్ వీడియో I have seen in the WhatsApp. The electrical staff will be cutting the trees when they are touching the lines, electric lines. That I think you are aware. And one day what they wanted to cut a eucalyptus tree, which is a very long, tall, and very heavy also by weight. So they taken a road mobile crane and they tied the tree to the crane with the help of some chain something, and the person and cut it with the electric saw, power saw. So the angle of the person and the boom of this road mobile crane was same. When the tree is cut and it could not bear the balance, so this entire road mobile crane boom, everything fallen on the head of the person cutter, and the spot died. That video you might have seen, I think. Any of you seen? Ah, that thing is, that is called dynamic conditions. Means at the start of your work everything seems very well, but whenever the things go to our beyond our control level, then we will not able to control. So we have to imagine and think of such situations. That is very important. Okay, and if possible I will put that video also after this class. Right. So this I am giving here some photos to make you clear with the unsafe conditions. So this is a unsafe mechanical design I have told na, for unsafe condition example. So this is the unsafe mechanical design. So safety ladder is to be used for such works, but it is also a funny figure. Unsafe condition. This is also unsafe condition. So the truck is inside the shed and the shed is not supported properly. If the truck touches these supported material, then entire shed will collapse on the truck. Here the persons are working at elevated level without using the safety belt. Here the ramp is not having the railing. So the driver thought that the ramp is this side, so he came straight. If there is a railing, then he might have known that the ramp is other side. So here this is also a small picture. So for accident, unsafe condition is required, unsafe act is required. This story many of you may know, I expect. You know or not? తెలియదా ఈ స్టోరీ? this you know, some people will know. A brief is nothing but some persons will be cutting a log, and for the lunchtime they'll go. Then the half cut log is kept with wedge. So a monkey comes and removes the wedge. So this finger is trapped and accident took place like that. So for a accident, unsafe condition as well as unsafe act is necessary. To elaborate that, I have made this picture, small picture. So depending upon the severity of the accident, we'll classify them as near accident. What is the meaning of near accident? Near miss nothing. The accident did not took place. It missed, but it has got the potential to become a real accident. So that is also you have to consider as a accident only. Trivial, so a little more severe nature, minor, serious and fatal. So in trivial and near miss accidents, nothing will take place. A small bruise may take. In minor, you will have more injury. Serious accidents means some hand or leg broken. Fatal means death will occur. So by the nature, severity or the whatever the injury, depending upon that we have classified, but all the accidents are to be viewed with the same severity. Why? Because this accident, this may become this may become this may become this, finally it may end here. So all accidents are to be viewed very seriously, and you have to find the investigate and see that it is not root cause, and see that it is not getting repeated again. So for accident prevention, after doing everything, we have to incorporate safety means nothing. From the beginning itself, from the layout point of view, from the starting point of view, we have to keep in mind the safety. If you keep 5 feet door to our house, what will happen? Every person's head will touch to that door. In the same manner, so while doing the layout, while making the layout, safe workplace layout and working conditions, these are to be considered. So what should be the height, what should be the width, what should be the length, what should be the working area for every person. So what we are going to handle there, everything is to be thought of in the beginning only. And material handling is also plays a vital role. So for material handling also, you have to consider everything. What is the material, type of material, size of the material, nature of the material. So how it is to be handled very safely. What type of pallets we are supposed to do in case of special materials. So what should be the load? Means we see paint drum will be 15 kg, 15 liters. Why? Because a person can handle 15 kg very easily. If you make it big, then the material handling process will change like that. Personal protective equipment. So wherever required, invariably you are supposed to use the personal protective equipment. And whenever the accident takes place, then only we think of safety and speak of safety. But the thing is, it should be inculcated as a habit in our day-to-day practice. So at least, so we have to observe a safety day. We have to award the shops which are having zero accidents, and we should conduct electrocutions and some written essay competitions for the safety day. We observe March 4th as a safety week. During that we are do, and safety activities in the sense, suppose because of the previous our exposures experiences, whatever activities are required. Suppose to reach a EOT crane cabin, we use ladder. So in that ladder is in the working area of the crane, and in that bay one more crane is there. Then we need to guard that ladder also. So in the beginning we have improper guarding of the machine like that. So wherever whatever required for safety, that we are going to we have to provide. So this is briefly about the material handling safety. Material handling is movement of the material. It is handling, storage, and this is a regular activity. And the material handling operating cost involved in material handling. A lot of work is involved, activities involved in that. So we think it is simple and take it for granted, but the basics in material handling is, so it is carrying, pulling or pushing using forklifts, trucks, cranes, and conveyor. Conveyor in railway we will not use. Conveyors are used only in the this coal mines. So the factors are, loading should be even, and the whatever the wire rope or chain that periodically at 6 months interval, that should be tested for its soundness, at chain testing, wire rope testing, turnbuckle testing, and we have to use safety ladder. Then the ladder should have a wheel lock facility, otherwise it will roll. So the loading and unloading activity should be take place a nominated area. Why? Because if you don't select a nominated place, there may be some electric wires, there may be some water pipeline, there may be some electrical cables, like that. There may be some compressor pipe going. So when you do your activity without ignoring the other thing, then that will affect and will result into a accident. And the laid down procedure to be followed very strictly. As a part of industrial safety, this a small portion is given for fire also. So this fire safety. Fire is a chemical reaction called combustion. So the definition of fire is a state or process or instance of combustion. In combustion, what will take place? Fuel is ignited and it will emit heat when it combined with air. And when fire takes place, you will find a light, heat and flame. మంచిగా గురకనా అది ఆ, ఈ ఫైర్ అతనికి అంటియండి కొద్దిగా ఫోర్ అలా కాదు. హరికథ చెప్పేటప్పుడు మధ్యలో తెలుసా మొత్తం చెప్పట్లేదు నేను. శ్రీమద్ శ్రీమద్ రామాయణ హరి హరి అంటాడు చూడు గట్టిగా, అట్లా అట్లా అనాలంటే దిస్ ఫ్లేమ్ షుడ్ రీచ్ హిమ్ సో దట్ he will get awakened. Fire is a hazard. As we discussed about the hazards, fire, fire is also considered as hazard. Why? Because when in the initial stage we are unable to control it, then it becomes very difficult for it to control. That we have to run away like that. So fire hazard is a chance or accident of being injured or harmed because of fire, that is called fire hazard. Fire is state or process of instance of combustion in which fuel is ignited combined with air. Air in the sense oxygen will help the fire to continue, giving off light, heat and flame. Our purpose is for fire. Sometimes we used it for light also, but nowadays we are having some other devices for light. So for heat source is the main. So the heat source comes from the flame. The flame will propagate further. So the classification is like this. Class A, when the material of the fire is solid material is on fire, then we called that fire as a class A fire. When food, paper, cloth, dry leaves, then solid thing is involved with the fire, the fuel, then it is called class A. Class B is liquids, when kerosene, liquid, petroleum or diesel, whatever the flammable liquids come under the class B classification. Class C is gases. Class D is metals. Some metals also will burn, like magnesium. Class E is electrical related. Electrical cables are like that, they are fine, then it's called class E. And the cooking oils, fats, dalda, ghee, all these comes under class F. So to extinguish these fires, for extinguishing we have the principle. What is the principle? Fire is involved with fuel, air or oxygen and heat. So when we separate these three sources of fire, so then it will be automatically extinguished. If we remove heat and extinguish the fire, it is called cooling. So water has got the cooling property, best cooling property. So the type of extinguishers we use water. So to remove heat we use water. This is one type of extinguisher. Air pressurized water. This is suitably works on class A fire. For foam, the foam for oil fires, foam extinguishers will be used, and that is oil means class B fires. And for class C fires, dry chemical powder is used. This may be used on B and C, but A is not. Initial stages A is okay, but when the fire becomes bigger, then it is not, because the dry chemical will not powder will not have, powder will not have any cooling effect. So it cannot be used on A class fire. So CO2 gas directly, that can be used on class B and class C, and this is supposed to be used only on sophisticated machinery. When we intend to not to cause damage to our equipment, then we normally use this CO2 gas. So I will like to discuss out of my own experience what I have come across, some accidents, real accidents I want to discuss with you. And in your service, you might have come across some accidents, and there is no limit. So sharing of our experience will make you exposure to such situations. If similar situations you find in your working environment, you will you can become alert. So for lifting of plates, the shape of the hook will be different. Na? It is like a S shape or hook with flat shape. So when in the absence of such hook, when we use a normal hook for lifting plates, what will happen? It will slip and hit. So while lifting the plates, you have to use a that special hook only. Normal hook you are not supposed to use. One in boiler shop, once it happened, the hook slipped and passed near the head of the person. If he escaped it in a 1 mm डिस्टेंस और वाट बाल बाल बच गया बोलते हैं ना, ऐसा हो गया. Lifting plates with round hook instead of flat hook. Hook slipped and hit the person. This I come across. Ah. Lacking stacking light items on the lower shelf. Suppose a shelf is there to stack the items. So what we do, we stack all the items, but while taking the material, we take the shelf bottom material first and leave the top material as it is. Then that becomes unbalanced, and some day that will fall automatically. Why? Because in an industrial atmosphere there will be a compressor running, there will be a other machinery with the vibrations. Ground will be having some vibrations. So due to that vibration, what will happen? That slowly it happened also. Some of these pipes, air brake pipes have fallen suddenly on its own. Nothing. Hmm. Tell me. Whatever you want to ask, ask. What is there? You got the point or not? There are three shelves, bottom, middle, top, and you loaded all the three shelves with pipes. And for your convenience, you have consumed pipes from the bottom shelf and middle shelf. Top shelf you have left. Huh? So it is unbalanced, and due to vibrations of the ground nearby, some compressor is running, something is running. Then the bottom foundation became unbalanced, and all of a sudden the pipes fell, and they covered some 15 to 20 feet distance. Luckily that time nobody was there, so escaped. Otherwise you can imagine the situation. So in the bottom also I have given same, loading all shelves equally but using material from the bottom shelves, balance is uh, and shelf stand fell down with heavy objects. Okay. So, and while shunting the coaches, not locking the false plate during shunting of the coaches. Due to hitting, what will happen if the fall plate is not locked? That will hit the person who is placing the this screw coupling. So that happened. Rolling the bogie in uncontrolled manner. So sometimes instead of when the bogie is isolated, it needs movement and it will be rolled, but there should be some control. Otherwise, loose shunting like that, if you some person is run over and died. Testing AR with 10 kg cm square pressure, not fencing the area of testing. Worked out the particle may hit means that AR testing should be hydraulic one, not the with air. Why? Because with hydraulic pressure, if we test, if that fails also nothing will happen. But if you test with air and the testing area is not fenced, that will come like a flying saucer and hit. This shunting the coaches internal movement for the POH workshop with buffer sockets instead of full buffer on curved line. End body touching and killing one person who is engaging the screw coupling. So when the track is not straight and full buffer is not fitted, then there is a possibility of the coach end body touch. That times what will happen, the person who is standing in between the coaches, you just imagine person falling from the rooftop means coach rooftop while roof painting, no safety belt. And during the this sandblasting, the bogies frames are taken from the bogie shop to the sandblasting plant with the help of the road mobile crane, and a person is sitting at low level than the driver is at a high level, a person is sitting at low level near the front of the tire. So due to some jerk, the person fell under the tire and died. He is not in the vision of the driver. Our people will do like that, falling under the tire while transporting bogie frame from bogie shop to sandblasting shop. So this sort of things should not happen. Person falling from the ladder in a pit lane, breaking legs due to shunting of the coaches. So for some reason the coach is supposed to be shifted. So in spite of the whistle, warning, everything, the person will like to work to the last moment of the shunting. So when the coach is pulled, the person, if he is having any safety belt like that, this should not have happened. So here some safety slogans I included, 10 slogans. So first you have to know what is our discussion is, to know about the safety. Then you need not suffer a pain. No safety, no pain. No safety, no pain. Knowing safety is not enough. It is to be practiced. The second thing. And you have to think that there is no substitute for the safety. Substitute in the sense, no shortcut. No, suppose if you take Dolo, paracetamol, is having same medicine now, but there is here for safety no safety substitute. Safety means safety only. Near miss accident is a warning. Improve safety measures further. Here the spelling is there, father is there, further it is. And safety rule breaker automatically will become a accident breaker. So whatever the previous accidents we have discussed, in that the human element is also there. So this is a not a one day job. It is to be practiced regularly, not on a ad hoc basis. If you keep safety ever, then accident will be never. Safety starts with you. People think अरे हम सेफ्टी फॉलो नहीं होता क्या होता, दूसरे लोग का फॉलो होना बोल कर नहीं सोचना. There is no exemption. All are equal in front of the safety, and it should be given its due priority. Treat safety as priority. Plan everything, every activity, take reasonable time. Last minute rush results in accidents. So familiar breeds contempt. That means When a work becomes routine, then we will not plan the things as a routine, but every work to be planned and keeping the safety due role. So this 10 commandment of safety: always safety first, our activity next, business next. Practice safety as a way of life. So you include it, inculcate it. When this sugarcane juice is extracted, what we do, he will put a small lemon piece and ginger piece. Why? To have a flavor and health also. సి విటమిన్ ఇప్పుడు కరోనా సీజన్లో చెప్తుండ్రు కదా, సి విటమిన్ ఇట్ విల్ బూస్ట్ యువర్ ఇమ్యూనిటీ అని. అట్లనే మీరు పనిచేసే దానిలో ఒక సేఫ్టీని ఒక పార్ట్ కింద మార్చేయాల. సేఫ్టీ ఫస్ట్, బిజినెస్ నెక్స్ట్. ప్రాక్టీస్ సేఫ్టీ యాజ్ ఎ వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్. బీ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ ఫర్ ద సేఫ్టీ ఆఫ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ అండ్ అదర్స్. समटाइम्स द पीपल विल थिंक अरे हमारा तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा ना भाई, दूसरों को तो क्या बोल के ऐसा सोचते. అవునా? వేరే తోడు కూడా అట్లనే యాక్ట్ చేయడం, ఆలోచించడం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే ఏమైంది, దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ఎఫెక్టెడ్. సో యాజ్ ఏ జేఈ, యాజ్ ఏ ఎస్ఎస్సి, we control some people. That's why we should take the responsibility of the persons of your control specifically, and everybody in general, and yourself. Remember, all accidents are available, avoidable. Spelling was avoidable and preventable. Remember, all accidents are avoidable, not available. Avoidable and preventable. So when your role is there, your involvement is there, then you can avoid and prevent the accident. Follow company safety rules, regulations and procedures. If a specific machine is supplied to workshop, then what are the safety requirements for that particular machine you have to follow. Be proactive about safety. Means you have to think in a proactive manner, not a casual manner. Deter from situations where you are not trained to handle. If you are not aware of the situation, if you are handling the situation for the first time, you don't have any exposure or experience, then it is better to you stand as a stand-byer. You should not actively involve in that, because you don't have the exposure to such situations. So deter from situations you are not trained to handle. Assess the risks before doing any peculiar or non-routine job. You have to assess the risk. Stop and think. You have to think once and again, and practice good housekeeping. So housekeeping involves accidents. Follow the safety path, never take shortcut. These are the 10 commandments for the safety. I hope I made an effort to make you aware about the industrial safety. Thank you for patiently listening to me.